Welcome to the options video for the science department, where we're going to be discussing the science courses available. These are going to cover the triple science course and the combined science course, both of which we use the OCR Gateway A specification. If you study combined science, which you'll do by default if you don't choose triple science, it's worth 2 GCSEs. It's an equal mix of biology, chemistry and physics, and the assessment is 2 70-minute exams per science, which totals 6, and these are all sat at the end of year 11. There are 16 core practicals that you'll be doing across the 3 sciences, and these are practicals that you can expect to feature in the exams in some way. You would, in ordinary situations, experience a lot more than the 16 core practicals, so you can expect to be doing multiple on top of that across the GCSE period. If you choose triple science, it's worth 3 GCSEs, 1 each in biology, chemistry and physics, and students can get different grades in each of the sciences according to their own specialisms. The same content from combined science is delivered, however the majority of topics do also have extension content throughout, and as a result the exams that the triple science students sit are somewhat more extensive. So instead of 70 minutes, they're 105 minutes or 1 hour 45, and there are 2 1 hour 45-minute exams for each science, totaling 6. Another change from combined science is that each of the sciences have 8 core practicals, which comes to the total of 24. Again, like combined science, you would do a significant more on top of that. So they are the minimum, but they are the ones that could feature as part of exam questions when it comes to the end of course assessment. The big question here is triple science for you? And all students will get to study science. So it's not as if you don't pick triple, you won't get to study science. Everybody will have access to a minimum of 4 hours of science a week. Both courses can also lead to A-levels. As long as you're achieving a grade 6 in either your chosen triple science course or a 6-6 in combined science, then you're perfectly qualified to go on to study at A-level. One thing I would say is that the triple science does contain significant extension material that provides an excellent basis for starting A-level, and students quite often feel more prepared having studied the triple route. But it doesn't mean that we haven't had multiple A grade and A star grade students come from the combined science pathway. So it doesn't guarantee success, but it is an excellent stepping stone for science A levels. We generally find that the extra depth studied at triple science means that students are able to use slightly more advanced equipment in certain areas. Also, the planning and developing of own practicals is something that students will experience in triple science. In order for students to make a successful triple scientist, they need to have a strong interest in science, because in addition to the 4 hours a week that combined science students would get, they would also get the 2 hours a week of option time, so there'd be 6 lessons of science every week. They also need to be confident and comfortable with mathematical questions. 40% of physics is assessed through mathematical questions, 20% for chemistry and 10% for biology. It also helps to have a reason for choosing to study these quite often challenging extension content. For instance, do you wish to go and study a science A-level? Do you have ambitions to have a job that relies on either having a science A-level or a strong science background? In terms of what the A-levels and careers can possibly be from triple science, I mean, obviously they lead naturally to A-levels in biology, chemistry and physics, but they also very strongly support A-levels such as mathematics and psychology. It's also incredibly common to have combinations involving geography and PE, especially with biology. The government and industry came together to ensure that the key components that they were looking for were included in the triple science to allow for further employment in science, technology and engineering. They made sure that there's both foundation knowledge and practical expertise that allows people to be prepared for these degrees in science, engineering and for general scientific research. Many students also found that the analysis aspect of triple science allowed them to apply this to A-levels and degrees such as law. Regardless of whether you go on to study combined science or triple science, we very much look forward to seeing you, and we wish you all the best.